For Campbell's Wholesale Cash and Carry, great sponsors of harness racing here at Albion Park. Set to run. Stand by. Green light is on. They're racing this time. Look at Albert Kelly from the second line. He began brilliantly. He's already up in third position. Left Devil and Scruffy Murphy began fast. Left Devil went to the lead as they drove into the first bend, but Albert Kelly's right behind him. He's coming early. Scruffy Murphy third, Miss Galvanator fourth, then Western Pacific, followed by Americk Overdrive, Might and Glory. Camloch balances up in midfield. Two to Bronski Gorgeous, three to Pepper Jack, Avonhurst and So Cool's last of all. Albert Kelly is alongside Left Devil. Matthew Nielsen, who won last year's Derby, has to make up his mind. Hold the lead or take a sit. For the moment, holding the lead. Left Devil with 2 laps out, led by 1 length. Harpley now sits up on Albert Kelly. Looks as though he's in for a tough trip tonight. Scruffy Murphy, third behind the speed. Miss Galvanator is 1-1. Western Pacific, 3 back on the pegs. Americk Overdrive travels 6th, 1 out and 2 back. Outside of Might and Glory. Camloch was travelling next. He's in the second half of the field. Trailed by Bronski Gorgeous, then Pepper Jack So Cool, and Avonhurst is last of all. At least 15 lengths covers the Derby field as they race down the back straight to where they started. Just over 1 mile left to run, and it's a Queenslander out in front. Left Devil, he's going to try and do it all of the way, and the lead time was covered in 76.8. Albert Kelly racing with no trail. The favourite is second. Third behind the leader, Scruffy Murphy. Miss Galvanator's 1-1, and they've put on the brakes in the middle stages. Western Pacific travels next, inside of Americk Overdrive. Then Camloch outside of Might and Glory, followed by Bronski Gorgeous. There's the first move in the race. Alan Donoghue on So Cool sends the Victorian 3 wide, trailed by Avonhurst, and last of all was Pepper Jack. They race up towards the home bend. They've got 1,200 metres left to run, and Left Devil trying to lead all of the way in the Derby ran the first quarter of the last mile in a very comfortable 32-4. Nielsen's had an armchair drive, and the driver on Albert Kelly, Bruce Harpley, wouldn't mind the speed being moderate either. A lap out, the bell rang. Scruffy Murphy tucked in behind the speed third. 1-1 Miss Galvanator. Camloch pulled out 3 wide. He went to 5th. He's in for a tough trip home. So Cool's got the trail behind him. Over on the inside, Western Pacific, Americk Overdrive between runners. Then Might and Glory, Bronski Gorgeous, Avonhurst and Pepper Jack whipped them in. 800 left to run. 31-2 the second quarter. It's a pretty comfortable half. 63-6 as they travel to the back for the last time. And Left Devil should have something left in the locker, but Albert Kelly is moving closer. He's now only a neck away. Scruffy Murphy's enjoyed the run of the race. He'll need the sprint lane. Camloch is up to 4th, 3 wide. Miss Galvanator between runners. Americk Overdrive is trailing home 3 deep. They're followed by Western Pacific, then Bronski Gorgeous, Avonhurst, Might and Glory, Pepper Jack and So Cool has dropped right off inside the 400. The quarter down the back in 28-7. Albert Kelly is now laying down the law to Left Devil. There's a head in it. Camloch's up to 3rd. Scruffy Murphy needs a run. Americk Overdrive and Miss Galvanator under the whip. They're at the home bend of the Derby. 200 left to run. Albert Kelly went to the front, but Camloch is going to pose a big danger. Albert Kelly and Camloch. Here we go. Albert Kelly finding Camloch, can't reach him. Americk Overdrive to 3rd. Albert Kelly's Derby beat Camloch, Americk Overdrive and Avonhurst. Then Miss Galvanator, Bronski Gorgeous, Scruffy Murphy, Pepper Jack, Western Pacific, Left Devil, Might and Glory and So Cool was a long and distant last.